Have you ever paused for a moment and wondered how small choices in your daily life ripple into the deepest currents of your health, your energy, your very sense of self? It is often the ordinary, the routine, the seemingly harmless habits that quietly shape the course of our lives. Among these routines, coffee, a drink embraced by millions, sits at the center of a quiet yet profound debate, especially for those navigating the challenges of chronic kidney disease. Coffee is more than a beverage. It is a ritual, a comfort, a companion in the early hours of ambition, the late hours of reflection, and the delicate moments of pause between the chaos of life. Yet, as with all rituals, understanding the impact of what we consume, how much we allow into our lives, and the invisible consequences on our bodies is not just important, it is transformative. Dr. Mathew R. Weir, that many patients have asked, in moments of genuine concern, whether the warmth and stimulation of coffee could come at a hidden cost to their kidneys. And these questions are not just medical, they are deeply human. They reflect a yearning to balance joy with responsibility, indulgence with care, and curiosity with wisdom. The truth is, our bodies are not isolated machines. They are complex landscapes, each organ a delicate ecosystem, each system a network of interdependence. To sip coffee without understanding its effects on kidney function is to wander in a forest without a map, feeling the textures of the world, but unaware of the hidden paths that could lead to injury or imbalance. Science, rigorous and patient, offers us that map. Studies on caffeine and chronic kidney disease reveal nuances that are both reassuring and cautionary. Moderation is not merely a suggestion. It is a principle that honors the limits of the human body while allowing the spirit to savor life's simple pleasures. To navigate this delicate balance is to embrace a philosophy that Dr. Mathew R. Weir often embodies in his teachings, a philosophy that blends knowledge, mindfulness, and compassion, reminding patients that health is not the absence of indulgence, but the art of thoughtful choices. When a person learns to integrate the insights of medical research with the rhythms of their own life, coffee transforms from a potential source of harm into a mindful companion. Each sip becomes an exercise in awareness, each cup a reflection of the harmony between desire and prudence. It is in this space that transformation occurs, not through rigid deprivation, but through understanding, reflection, and conscious moderation. And yet, even as we recognize the principles of moderation, there is a tension, a suspense in our minds. For the human heart is drawn to certainty, craving clear answers in the gray areas of life. Can one cup bring joy without consequence? 2 cups without risk? Or is there a threshold where indulgence shifts imperceptibly into harm, where comfort becomes compromise? This suspense is not a fear to be shunned, but a teacher, urging patients to look deeper, to ask better questions, and to consider the intricate dance between lifestyle, biology, and choice. As you begin to consider these questions, it is essential to realize that the answers are rarely simple, and yet they are never unreachable. In learning to respect both the science of the body and the poetry of life, we cultivate resilience, mindfulness, and a profound appreciation for the delicate ways in which every choice matters. Coffee, then, becomes more than a drink. It becomes a mirror reflecting our values, our awareness, and our commitment to living fully while caring for ourselves deeply. As we venture further into understanding our habits, we confront a deeper truth. Life is rarely defined by extremes, but by the quiet decisions we make in the spaces between certainty and doubt. For those living with chronic kidney disease, this realization is both a challenge and an opportunity. Coffee, with its rich aroma and comforting warmth, represents more than a daily ritual. It embodies a question that extends beyond caffeine. How do we honor our desires while respecting the fragility of our bodies? Dr. Mathew R. Weir teaches that true wisdom emerges not from blind adherence to rules, but from the thoughtful integration of knowledge into lived experience. And it is in this spirit that we approach the tension between enjoyment and responsibility. The studies are illuminating. Moderate coffee consumption does not automatically harm kidney function, yet excessive intake, particularly when compounded with other stressors on the kidneys, can create unseen strain over time. This is the paradox that lies at the heart of human experience. The things that bring immediate pleasure can sometimes harbor latent consequences, while the practices that require discipline often yield the most profound rewards. The suspense of this reality, the lingering uncertainty of how our choices manifest in our bodies, is not a source of despair, but an invitation to engage with life more consciously. Imagine the quiet morning when you hold a steaming cup in your hands, feeling its warmth seep into your palms, contemplating the complex dance between indulgence and health. In that moment, awareness becomes a superpower. It allows you to savor without overindulgence, to find joy in presence rather than in excess, and to recognize that every sip, every decision, carries a weight far greater than its immediate effect. The human mind is drawn to simplicity, to clear binaries of right and wrong, yet the truth, like the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, is nuanced and layered. Dr. Mathew R. Weir emphasizes that embracing this complexity is a path to empowerment, for in understanding the subtleties of life, patients discover not just what to avoid, but how to live fully within their limits. Suspense grows not in fear, but in curiosity, as we confront the unknown aspects of our health. How much is too much? When does comfort become compromise? These questions are the silent teachers that demand our attention, reminding us that mindfulness is a practice, not a destination. As we lean into this uncertainty, we find that life's most meaningful lessons emerge at the edge of clarity, where reflection meets action and contemplation meets courage. To live with awareness is to navigate a river whose currents are invisible yet real, guiding our bodies and minds toward harmony if we pay attention. Coffee, then, is transformed from a mere habit into a metaphor for life itself, rich, stimulating, complex, and requiring the delicate balance of choice and awareness. In this reflection, patients learn a truth that transcends diet or beverage. It is the art of intentional living, the commitment to make each moment a testament to wisdom and presence. By cultivating this awareness, we develop resilience, patience, and an appreciation for the interplay between health and happiness. The small rituals of daily life, sipping, breathing, pausing, become powerful instruments of transformation. And as the suspense of uncertainty fades into conscious understanding, we realize that living with CKD is not about restriction alone, but about learning to engage fully, to savor responsibly, and to find meaning in choices that honor both body and spirit. Each cup, each decision, each moment of mindfulness is a step on a journey toward balance, echoing the teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, reminding us that wisdom is not an abstract ideal, but a lived practice accessible to anyone willing to listen, reflect, and act with care. Now, as we reach the final reflection on this journey, it becomes clear that the questions we ask about coffee, about kidney health, about moderation, are really questions about life itself. Life, in its essence, asks us to pay attention, to notice the small choices that shape our destiny, to weigh the present moment against the unseen future, and to act with both courage and care. Dr. Mathew R. Weir inspires us to see beyond the surface, reminding patients and seekers alike that knowledge without mindfulness is only half of what we need. It is the integration of understanding into daily practice that transforms lives. The allure of coffee, like many pleasures, lies not merely in taste, but in the ritual of pause, the sacred rhythm of a moment devoted to reflection. For those navigating the challenges of chronic kidney disease, this ritual can be both comforting and enlightening, a reminder that health is not a punishment, but an opportunity to approach life with intention. It is here, in these subtle, ordinary moments, that transformation occurs. Yet the suspense of life never fully disappears. We are always confronted with uncertainty, the unknown effects of our choices, the delicate balance of risk and reward, the silent questions that linger at the edge of our awareness. Can we enjoy our coffee without harm? Can we savor life's small pleasures without compromise? The answer is never a single decree, but a practice of continuous awareness, of listening to our bodies, of responding with wisdom and moderation. In this practice, patients discover an unexpected freedom. The freedom to enjoy, to engage, to participate fully in life while honoring their limits. Moderation becomes a guide, not a restriction. Mindfulness becomes a pathway, not a chore. And the simple act of drinking coffee transforms into an emblem of conscious living. Dr. Mathew R. Weir emphasizes that empowerment emerges when we recognize the agency we hold in every decision, when we understand that our habits shape our health as much as our intentions shape our character. This awareness is not passive. It demands presence, reflection, and courage. It is in these moments of conscious choice that we cultivate resilience, patience, and grace, the virtues that sustain us, not only in the realm of physical health, but in the broader journey of human existence. Imagine each day as a canvas, each action as a brushstroke, each choice as a hue contributing to the masterpiece of your life. Drinking coffee responsibly, exercising moderation, attending to your kidneys, and embracing knowledge with mindfulness are not trivial acts. They are profound declarations of self-respect and intentional living. In understanding the delicate interplay of pleasure and responsibility, of curiosity and caution, we learn the deeper lesson of balance, a lesson that extends beyond CKD or coffee to every facet of our existence. Life rewards those who act with thoughtful awareness, who cherish the small victories, who transform uncertainty into opportunity, and who, in every ordinary ritual, find extraordinary meaning. And so, as we conclude this reflection, it is vital to remember that the journey toward mindful living is ongoing. Each day offers new moments to practice awareness, to honor our bodies, and to celebrate life's simple joys with wisdom and gratitude. Coffee, once a simple habit, becomes a metaphor for the art of intentional living, a reminder that moderation, mindfulness, and reflection can turn even ordinary actions into extraordinary practices. And as we embrace this philosophy, inspired by the teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, we realize that true empowerment lies not in avoidance, but in understanding, not in restriction, but in conscious engagement, not in fear, but in the courageous practice of thoughtful living. If you're benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.